I made a 100% necessary purchase at the weekend. 100% necessary purchase. This is Pikachu. Pikachu is a giant plushie. And he's so cuddly. There was two steps of logic behind this purchase. Actually, there was three. One, I wanted it. Two, I cuddled it in the shop and realised how many good endorphins it brought me from just doing this. So that was reason number two. And reason number three is I wanted something to rest my arms on when I am streaming on Twitch with my game controller, so that my arms aren't just against my desk, because for a couple of hours at a time, or like 3 to 4 hours at a time, that is causing pain. So Pikachu is going to be my wrist support. He's so cute. He's so happy. Okay, Pikachu plush aside. Hi, welcome to another weekly reading vlog. It is Monday and I think I need to stop telling you on Saturday that I'm going to finish a book by the time you see the next vlog, because I didn't quite finish Portrait of a Thief over the weekend. I had a pretty crappy night's sleep on Saturday because there was a drunk driver that was causing disruption, which was unpleasant, and that woke me up from about 2:30 until about 4 or 5, and I didn't wake up any later in the morning to compensate for it, so I felt pretty out of it on Sunday. I did a very small chilled stream. I walked to town, I bought Pikachu, and I then just chilled on the sofa and watched films, so I didn't get much of a chance to read. But I don't have much left of this book. I have under 100 pages. I'm loving it so much. It's definitely going to be a 5-star read, and I will definitely be finishing this tonight because I'm doing Patreon sprints. I spoke a lot in the last vlog about how I really enjoyed the characters and I really enjoyed the travel aspect and the way that the heist develops the plot, and all of those things absolutely still remain true. I think they're fantastic. I'm also really enjoying that we have the art aspect in this. Obviously, like, the whole thing is about art heists, but I'm really enjoying what this book is demonstrating, what this book is showing. Not only are we seeing inside these amazing art galleries through this book, but we're also seeing the real history behind some of these art pieces and the real truth behind it, and that is something that is really unique to read about. I haven't read about this before, and it's another reason why I'm really enjoying this book. I look forward to finishing it later. I have no idea what I'm going to read after I finish this, but that's the fun of being then off TBR. This is the last book on my TBR to finish, other than The Space Between Worlds, which I'm listening to as an audiobook, so I won't be physically reading that one, and I have a couple of hours left in that, so I might switch to listening to that potentially once I finish this. I don't know. Yeah, I'm loving it. It's so good. Hi, welcome to another vlog. It's meant to be really sunny out this week, so I'm already happy about the weather, and I'm just looking forward to a nice chilled, sunny, happy week full of reading and lots of productivity. Hello. I finished a book. Where is it? It's here. I finished Portrait. Oh god, this is going well. Finished Portrait of a Thief. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was fantastic. It did so many good things. It did so many good things. I really enjoyed the conversations this book brought up, or enjoyed seems like the wrong word, but I found the conversations this book brought up very interesting. Conversations about this art, the origin of the art, the way that cultures have taken other cultures' art and just claimed it as their own and just completely disrespected any sort of basis for the history of that art, the dysphoria that is talked about, and the characters in this being Chinese American and how that experience has been for them and the reality of that. And that was really interesting conversation to read about as well. There's so many good things in this book. Really well deserved 5 stars. Thank you to the publishers for sending me an early copy of this. It was fantastic. Really loved it. So that means I'm off TBR now, and I was on my Patreon live sprints and was like, what shall I read? So we went through some of my books together. I wanted a fantasy, and I went for Only a Monster by Vanessa Len, and I have already read 115 pages of this on sprints, and I'm obsessed with it. I think it's really good. This is the first YA I have read for quite a while. I think this might only be my second YA of this year, possibly, and I'm really loving it so far. It's really good fun, and the plot has gone into a different direction to what I necessarily expected, which has already got me hooked. So I'm going to go get ready for bed now and then sit and read this for a little bit before heading to bed. And yeah, it's a good choice. So good books read so far this week. Hello, it is Wednesday and I am having the nicest day because it is so sunny outside, and I am working today, but I'm sat outside on my balcony working. And oh my gosh, it's just so nice. I went for a walk on my lunch break. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. What is this? It is March. Anyway, enjoying the sun, enjoying my book. I am reading Only a Monster and I am really liking this. It's a really good fun fantasy. It's a lot more than I expected it to be honest. I think that the blurb for this one doesn't really give this book the justice it deserves. Like, the blurb is very much a small part of the story, and I think going into it thinking that was going to be the whole story was a reason I didn't pick it up quite as soon as I have. Not that it's been out all that long, like I've only had this like a month or two, but I think if I'd have known I was going to enjoy it as much as I am enjoying it, I would have picked it up a lot sooner. But that's probably true of a lot of books. But basically the blurb doesn't quite do this book justice, and I think if you've got this on your shelves and you're thinking, ooh, I would definitely say give it a go, because there is a huge thing that is a massive part of the plot, like the main part of the plot, you just don't know about when you read the blurb, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because spoilers, but it's worth it. It's really good. So I'm loving this. After work today, I'm going to see Batman at the cinema. I've been putting off seeing Batman because I've heard really mixed reviews. I always like to make my own mind up, but I've heard very lengthy reviews about how long it is and how devoid of any humour it is, and just obviously Marvel and DC are very different in that aspect, and Marvel is a lot lighter and funnier in places. Not all the time though. Marvel rips my heart out pretty much some way in every film it produces, but the DC films are a lot darker and I much prefer the Marvel films. But my stepdad well, Batman is his superhero, so he really wants to go, so he's coming down here and we're going to go after work, so it should be good. I'm making some noodles at the moment to have as a late lunch, early dinner type of thing, and then yeah, we'll head off a little bit later. I still can't believe how hot it is, so I'm just going to sit outside when I'm finished work, read my book, eat my noodles and wait for my stepdad to arrive, and then we shall walk into town and go to the cinema. Happy Wednesday. Hello, it is Wednesday night and I am back from seeing the Batman, and you know what? Pleasantly surprised. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is pretty good. It was good. It was very long, and I certainly at times felt the length. However, at no point was I ever bored. I think it was more just how long I was sat down for. It was very much action-packed. The way that it had this kind of serial killer theme throughout it with the riddles and the Riddler and everything like that was really well done. I thought it was just super interesting and really well developed in terms of how the plot moved along. It very much fed you the right amount of information that kept you guessing, but also meant that you weren't lost at any point as well. It wasn't too difficult to follow the plot, it just felt like it all fitted really well, so that was, yeah, it was good. One of the things I will say is I felt like there was a startling lack of strong women in this film, and I'm aware that very much might have been a deliberate act, but we had Catwoman, who was so cool, and I really enjoyed how raw and gritty she was, and she was just a really great character. And then we also had a prospective mayor who wasn't really in it that much, but those are pretty much the two strong women characters we have, and I think that partially it's deliberate because one of the critiques that is made within this film by the characters is that the people in power are all rich white men, and obviously not having the women in places of power is going to be adding to that. And obviously then we've got this kind of prospective mayor figure who is offering that contrast. But I just felt like there was a lot of scenes where we saw a lot of members of the police force, for example, and I didn't necessarily notice any of them that weren't men. And I just halfway through suddenly noticed that there are pretty much no women in this film, apart from obviously the two that I mentioned. I don't know, it just, I'm very wary it was probably deliberate. I mean, obviously it was deliberate, but I just felt like there was a certain element to which it went towards proving the point, but there could have been a little bit of an opportunity taken there. That was my own personal thoughts though. I loved the film, I thought it was really, really great. Definitely would recommend seeing it if you are a fan and you haven't yet seen it. It was very dark, very gritty, very atmospheric, and just generally what I kind of expected it to be in some sense, with the atmosphere and the kind of way we see a darker version of Bruce Wayne, but it just added more than I was expecting, which was really good because it just definitely kept me hooked. I was expecting to feel like I'd come out of it thinking, oh my god, thank god that's over, but I actually came out of it thinking, well, that was a very fulfilling film. It gave me lots of different things I wanted. That's my film thoughts. I haven't read any more of this book, I don't think, since last speaking to you, or not much at all. But I'm going to get ready for bed now and read. I've got about halfway left. I'm doing WATERSTONES tomorrow as well, so hopefully we'll be able to read a good chunk then. I feel like I'm not behind on my reading goal for this year. I've read 16 books out of 70 that I want to read, so Goodreads telling me I'm one ahead. I just feel like I haven't read as much as I would have normally by this point in the year, and that is a deliberate conscious thing for me to slow down with my reading, and I've been so much busier at the moment. But yeah, it does feel weird to have not read more at this stage, even though 16 is still a lot. So yeah, this will be number 17, and I should be finishing Space Between Worlds over the next few days. I need to actually sit down and listen to the audiobook. I've got under 2 hours left of that, so I might go for a walk tomorrow on my lunch break and listen to that. And that'll be book 18. So I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I don't know, I feel like I've had a slower start to the year. Anyway, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Thursday evening. I'm currently on Patreon reading sprints over there. I mean, I'm not, I'm talking to you right now, but when I'm done with that, I'm on Patreon reading sprints. And tonight I have the goal of trying to finish Only a Monster. I have this much left. It's kind of doable. The reason I want to do this is because I'm hoping to head back to my family home either tomorrow night or Saturday morning, just for the day on Saturday. And I don't want to bring this back with me if I'm nearly finished with it, because it's meant to be such lovely weather that I hope to just basically sit outside and read all of Saturday in the garden. So I don't know what I'm going to bring back with me to read when I finish this, but the plan is first to try and finish this. I have just over 100 pages and I'm really liking it. I'm really, really liking it. There's so many more layers to this than I first expected when I read the blurb. It's really good. So that's the plan. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm gonna go read now, otherwise I'm definitely not gonna finish it. Hello, just quickly dropping by because I finished this book on Patreon Sprints. I achieved my goal. It was really good. It came out as 4.5 out of 5 stars on Corkpile. I didn't expect it to be that high. I thought it would be 4 stars, but 4.5. It was really good. I found certain characters incredibly lovable and they came out with some really good dry wit humour lines, which I really enjoyed, that kind of humour, and it made me very happy. I really enjoyed the way that the plot differed and went beyond what the blurb said. That definitely kept me hooked, as I've said a couple of times now. And I just liked the direction it went in. I found myself constantly guessing where it was going, which I enjoyed, because it didn't at any point feel like it was being overly predictable. It certainly played into tropes at some points, but it felt like it kept me on my toes, so it was good. It was really good fun. I have no idea what to pick next to read. I'm kind of leaning towards The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. That one I definitely want to read soon, and I know that would be quite a quick read. I'm also tempted by Spin the Dawn, maybe? I don't know. Will it be the time I finally read Circe? Probably not, but the thought's vaguely there. I don't know. Also, we were talking about Kindle reads with my patrons, so I have been, God, everything is yellow right now. Everything is yellow. Pikachu is also yellow. Anyway, I've been downloading a couple of Kindle daily deals for my holiday. So I just got The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne and also Wahala by Nikki May. Those were both 99p today in the App Store. I have a couple of other ones that I've got on there too for holiday. I bought Daughter of the Moon Goddess as a Kindle copy because I thought maybe that one would be fun. It was under £5 and I have the physical copy of it, but I wanted to get it on Kindle as well. So yeah, I've got a couple on there. I'm slowly trying to build up my TBR for holiday. I do want to bring physical books with me as well. I go at the end of May, so it's not going to be in next month's TBR but the month after. But I think I might do like a separate holiday TBR video maybe. I don't know, that could be fun. Anyway, I'm going to go get ready for bed now and then I'm going to pick a book. Maybe the getting ready part will, I don't know, clear my mind and help me pick a book, because I really don't know. This is why I create now TBRs. I used to be a mood reader and I think I still am a mood reader, but I like the fact that TBR does guide me a little bit. However, I don't mind like adding books into the middle of it or changing it a little bit. Whereas right now I do feel excited by the prospect that I can pick anything, but also daunted because like there's a lot of books to pick from and I don't know how to choose. Okay, I'm gonna go now, but yeah, we'll catch up with you tomorrow and let you know what I picked. Hello, I feel like I look like a child today with this hairband and my fringe, but hey, it's Friday. And I wanted to let you know that the book I picked to read is The Paris Apartment. I know I said I was deciding between this one and a couple of others last night after finishing Only a Monster, but I went with this one. I thought it would be quite a fun, quick read, and the end of the month is next Thursday, so I want, whatever I picked, I wanted to be able to finish it by then, and I think Judging from the pace, this has already thrown me a nap. That should be pretty doable. About 30 pages in. Yeah, page 35, and I'm already enjoying it. It's got short chapters, which in my opinion is really good for a thriller because it just means that you are constantly wanting to go on to the next thing, and it's already suspenseful, so I'm excited to keep reading it. Going back to my family home after work today, so I am going to wrap this vlog up here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. If you have, please do give this video a thumbs up, comment down below what you've been reading this week, and subscribe to see more of my face on your feed. You can also find my Patreon link down below where I do lots of extra content like live shows, podcasts, dedicated reading vlogs. It's a fun time. I also do stream on Twitch, which is linked down below, and I think that's everything. Me and my childlike hairstyle are going to head off. Thank you so much for watching, keep smiling and stay positive.